Okay, flashcards away and get your bell ringer out, please. Can I write on this paper? Yep. Okay. Can I pull them up? Here's that one. No. Do you have another pencil? There you go. Okay, so this morning Mrs. Cole helped us get started by finding the perimeter of this figure A. What was the perimeter of that figure? 14. So, who would like to come draw a shape that they made that has a perimeter of 14? Devin?
Yeah. I hope figure D.
You hope what?
I hope figure D.
Oh, clever. Okay, we won't look at that one.
Don't look at that one. Cross that.
Okay. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3. So, does it equal 14?
Yes.
But what did the question say? Let's read it again. In the grid below, draw a rectangle that has the same perimeter as figure A. Its sides should not be 3 or 4 units in length. You've got to read the full question. Look. Hayden, where's... You moved around and I don't know who you are now.
You know what I was?
Hayden, you want her? We'll just pretend. Yeah, imagine it's not there. We're just looking at Hayden's. You've got 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 and 14. So he's got more than 14 too, doesn't he? Okay. One more try. Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you just bring up your paper and you can set it on top of mine since mine's written on a lot already. Do you want to tell everyone what you did?
So what I did was,
We're listening to Brooklyn right now.
so I was thinking, well, why don't I just do 10, because then I can just have 2 on the side. So I was thinking, what equals 10? We did 5 and 5 on each side, and then choose 2. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Very good. Thank you.
I had a different one.
You had a different one? All right. Yeah, there's a couple different ways you could do it. So put that away, and we're going to do our partners. What? Your math fluency partners. And somewhere there's a piece of paper with who their partners are.
Behind the green folders.
Okay.
The page protected. Yep.
I know. Devin and Allie, Mia and Casey. I don't know how to work your timer right.
You want me to get my iPad over for you?
Monte and Kennedy. Gabriel and Brooklyn. RJ and Emily. Logan and Caden. Katie and Gail.
Oh, it's not plugged in. You have to use the. I left my USB.
Okay.
Alright, so we're there quietly ready to go so I can start the timer. You two should not be starting. Alright, the first person can start. Alright, stop.
How do you do on them?
So you should be checking your answers and then getting ready for the second person. Thank you, Hayden and Logan. Thank you, Monte and Kennedy. Alright. And the second person can start. I turned the internet right on. Alright, once you have it checked, put it away and head back to your seat, please. Alright, so I'm not here every day, right? Who would like to remind me what you guys did yesterday with Mrs. Cole? Miguel, what did you do yesterday with Mrs. Cole?
There's a fraction, and if there's a 3/5 and a 2/5, if the number is bigger, she says Pac-Man always eats the bigger number.
Okay. Anyone like to add on to that? Kaden? Oh, you glue stuff in your math notebooks? Okay. Gabe?
Fraction strips and comparing fractions with greater numerators, not numerals.
Why were you comparing the numerators yesterday?
Because we wanted to see which one is bigger, and the bigger the one is the one you want.
But why didn't you look at the denominators, Logan?
Because all the denominators were the same.
Oh, they were all the same? Okay. So, I've got, if it comes up. Oh, it looks different.
Let me just reload it.
So when we were looking at fractions with all the same denominators, we were looking at the numerator. And you told me if the numerator was bigger, that the fraction was bigger. Who wants to, or who wants to, who can come show me what that looks like? Emily, do you want to? So maybe you have your hands up and I should cross it. Jordan. You forgot. Okay. Brooklyn,
Yeah?
can you show me what that looks like?
Oh.
Have you used something like this before? I should have said that first.
Yes, what we go
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So let's say like now she's being this teacher. 2/4. Okay. And you want a fraction that is the same as
You should be able to go like this.
So grab the pen, Brooklyn.
So let's say you have 2/4. Okay, so let's say you have 2/4. Okay. And you want to match
if I had,
How many did she put?
oh, is it like infinite?
Yeah, I think it's infinite.
Is that a thing?
Oh, I think she pressed it so long that it added more than 200.
You just slide them up out of the way. I don't know. I've never done that before.
So we're going to be sticking with the fourths, because that's there. So what if, I was going to replicate every time I drag it, that's why.
I think these links are dividing fractions. Yay!
Okay. So, how many fourths do I have?
3,000.
How many is that?
One whole.
No! Pretend they're not together because they're separate. So this is 3/4 and this is 1/4.
Oh, okay.
So you're looking for the bigger numerator, right?
Pac-Man needs the bigger number.
Okay, I'm going to reset this and we're going to look and see what it would be like if the numerators were the same. So we're going to do opposite of what we did yesterday. Cadence? Okay. Who wants to give me a number? Kennedy. No, just tell me a number. 3? Okay. So I'm going to get 3/3 and 3/4. Which one is bigger? Casey, which one is bigger?
1/4.
So if this is, can I write on top of this?
I don't know.
This is different than the ones we have at school.
Click the pen. That's. No, I mean on the actual website next to that. Click that. Now does it let you write?
Yeah, it does.
Can't see your head is in the way. It's okay. That's rude. When you write sideways, it's what you need to go
Is
straight.
the pen highlighted?
Try the other pen.
There we go.
It's just very stubborn. Oh no, it turned off when she's loading.
Okay. So we have 3/3 and we have 3/4. 3/3 is equal to what? 1 whole. So that's coming down here. Oh, I gotta be careful with where I write. That's the problem.
I think, yeah, as soon as you go outside that white space, it highlights the pen.
Which means we have all of this space that is blank with 3/4. So let's look at it again now. Which one is bigger? Miguel?
The 1/3. I mean the 3/3.
3/3 is bigger. How do you know that?
Because the 3/3 has bigger candy thing.
If it was a candy bar, there'd be more of it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're absolutely right. When we were looking at common denominator, we had to look at the numerator, right? So right now we have to look at the denominator. Can't do that. Because the numerator is the same. So 3 or 4, which one is greater?
4, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4. 3.
a number line. 3 or 4? Which one is greater?
3.
Okay, we're gonna go. Raise your hand if you think 4 is greater. Raise your hand if you think 3 is greater.
Oh my God, no.
Okay, so most of us recognize that 4 is greater than 3.
In this situation.
In this situation, what do you mean, Katie?
Because 3/3 would be 1 whole, and 3/4 isn't even 1 whole.
So 3/3 is greater than 3/4.
Yes.
So what do you mean about this situation?
If it was in number instead of fraction, then Pac-Man would want to eat the 4, but in this situation, it wants to eat the 3s.
Okay, let's look at another one and see if it's true still.
I think that it's greater.
All right, who wants to make our next one we're going to look at? Cadence? Pick something to drag down. Oh, you've got to drag it across, because when you drag down, it's switching what you're picking. So, what's our first fraction?
3/4.
3/4. What's our second fraction?
3/5.
Which number are we going to look at? Numerator or denominator? Denominator. Which fraction is greater?
3/4.
So this is the same rule as the last time, isn't it? Do you think we could write a rule with what we've discovered here?
Yeah.
What rule would we write?
Nothing.
Think. Does the bigger or smaller numerator make the fraction greater or less than? Brooklyn, what do you think?
So I think that if the numerator is less than the other one, then it's bigger in fraction case. Fractions. But numbers is less.
Can you say that again, Brooklyn?
Okay, so the numerator.
Okay, I'm going to pause. Is the numerator the same or different?
Oh, the denominator.
Okay.
The denominator, if the denominator, okay. If it is the same, if it's smaller than the other one, then it's bigger in fraction case. But if the other one is in littler numbers than the other one, then it's bigger in fraction case.
Thank you.
Is that too complicated or?
I don't think so. Let me write out what I think you're saying. Okay, so Brooklyn's saying the smaller the denominator means the greater the fraction when they have the same numerator. Do we think Brooklyn is right?
Yes. Yes.
numerator?
Yeah.
Alright. I want you to get out your big math book to page 359.
I think it's time for me to go. Isn't it?
No, you don't need to rip it out. You can just leave it in there. Okay, so we should be nicely and quietly getting out our math book to page 359.
You can pull that neck up.
That's do I have to click something?
Pull by that, the head of the candle. Pull,
Like
yep,
this?
pull up. Yep, there you go.
I didn't want to light.
No.
Alright, we have a word problem. What do we do with word problems? Only Brooklyn knows what we do with word problems? Every single one of you have told me this before. We read it once, read it twice, Alright. This says, Josh is at Enzo's Pizza Palace. He can sit at a table with 5 of his friends, or at a different table with 7 of his friends. The same size pizza is shared equally among the people at each table. At which table should Josh sit to get more pizza? Alright, let's read it twice. Josh is at Enzo's Pizza Palace. He can sit at a table with 5 of his friends, or at a different table with 7 of his friends. The same size pizza is shared equally among the people at each table. At which table should Josh sit to get more pizza? Alright, what am I going to underline? What's the question? Matze? Alright, good job. Now circle the important information. What am I going to circle? Emily.
He can sit at a table with 5 of his friends.
Okay. Anything else? Jordan.
7 of his friends.
Alright, I think there's one more. And this one's tricky because it's not a number. What in this might be important even though it's not a number? Savia.
Same size?
Same size, good. Same size, shared equally, right? So Josh is sitting at a table with his friends. They're getting the same size pizza. He can share it with 5 people or he can share it with 7 people. So it says there will be 6 friends sharing pizza A or 8 friends sharing pizza B. So Josh will either get 1/6 or 1/8 of a pizza. Shade 1/6 and then shade 1/8. Alright. Now it says compare 1/6 and 1/8. So we've got to think about which one is greater. I'm going to go back and I'm going to read what we put on the board. The smaller the denominator, the greater the fraction. 1/6 or 1/8.
is more bigger than the 1/8.
Okay, so what should I draw in the circle?
Less than. No, I mean greater than.
Like this? Alright, good job. So Josh should sit at the table with how many of his friends?
7.
Does he have 6 friends?
5.
He has 5 friends. Why are there 6 people sharing a pizza if he's sitting with 5 friends?
It's close to 5? No, because he needs to eat some.
Because he needs to eat some.
Yeah.
You have to count yourself.
Yeah, you have to count yourself.
So he should sit at the table with 5 friends to get more pizza. Alright, number 1 says, which pizza has more pieces? Well, we already said the pizza A.
Pizza A doesn't have more pieces. Yeah, it does. Pizza B has more pieces.
Oh my gosh, I'm not even reading the question. You're right.
Pizza B has more pieces.
Pizza B has more pieces. Good catch. The more pieces a whole is divided into, the blank the pieces are. What's that blank? The more pieces a whole is divided into, the blank the pieces are.
The denominator?
Oh, say it again, Cadence.
The smaller the pieces are.
The smaller the pieces are. Which pizza has fewer pieces?
Pizza A.
Pizza A. Says that is because the fewer pieces a whole is divided into, the blank the pieces are.
The bigger.
Good. Does this agree with our rule that we wrote on the board?
No.
Thumbs up if you think it agrees with the rule we wrote on the board. Alright, awesome. We're going to turn to the next page. And you have another problem. This one you're going to do at your table. You can do numbered heads together. So if you need to get out your whiteboard, just for the greater than or less than. He's making a face at them. Crazy.
So the 2/8 blank 2/3.
So this piece, you're going to work through it on your own, and then you're going to talk through it with your table.
Stand up with your board when you have the answer.
So get your board out.
Just write it on your book too, that's fine.
You don't have to get your board out, but you can. Stand up when you think you have the answer.
Cadence. And I don't want you guys to over the screen. Okay? Nope. Allie, I'll help you. Page 360. Page 360, that 360. So write this on your board, and then fill in the blank, and then stand up on your desk. So write this on your board, and stand up on your desk with belly up, remember? Right
And
up.
we have that.
Write the whole problem on your board.
They left the room.
No, I need 2 more. I just sent you over.
Oh, you did?
Yes. Yes. Nope, you're okay. So write this on your board, and stand up on your desk. Nope. They know what it is. We're gonna solve this problem, but let me teach you first. So opposite.
it to this
Let's
have it on your board and put it in the
shading in your book 2/8. Remember, in your book, there's a picture of the fraction strips. You can shade it in to help you.
That's it.
Are you shared with each other? Did you use your fraction strips to help you?
No.
Why don't you both look at your fraction strips that you have?
Okay, stand up. Stand up.
If you didn't use your fraction strips to help you, I want you to go back and use it.
You need a center of the greater than something. The smaller the denominator, the greater the fraction. So look at your denominator. Which one's smaller? So that one bigger. Smaller the denominator. Greater the fraction. Have you guys all agreed?
You just got this for me. When your group has all agreed, I would like you to sit your whiteboard on the table and give me a high five. Just set it on the table, because one of you is going to have to share the answer, right? Oh, you gotta do that? No, just like raise your hand.
I'm gonna go up and give you a high five.
I'm sorry, just raise your hand when it's done. That's what I mean by high five, is just raising your hand. Are your group done because they're still standing?
This is bigger than this.
You're sitting down. Alright, I think everyone's agreed.
No.
Oh, your group done it?
Okay, now stand up. 18 for you.
It's 12:43.
Alright. Of the groups that have it done, I would like the threes to show me their answer.
I'm a two. What's that? Hold up your board. Jordan.
Okay, yours just says 2/3. 2/3 greater or less? Alright, you can put your boards down. Yeah, you can erase them.
Think those the answer was?
So, alright, well, we're done with that for right now. So you're right for now. We'll fix it later. So, I'm going to color in my fraction strip. I'm comparing 2/8 and 2/3. Well, 2/3 is certainly a lot more than 2/8, isn't it?
No. Yes.
No. If 2/3 isn't more than 2/8? Alright, let's be sure we're listening and looking carefully, okay? So, we're right here comparing 2/8 and 2/3. We want to know which day the campers paddled further. So we've colored in 2/3, we've colored in 2/8. If you would have been paddling that way, which way would you have paddled further?
2/3.
2/3. So is 2/3 greater than 2/8?
No 1/8.
No, because our numerators are always the same right now. Just for today, our numerators are the same the whole time. Okay. Listening and looking carefully. 2/8, 2/3, 2/8, 2/3, 2/8, 2/3. So the Campbells paddled farther on which day? If we're going to go back to the word problem. On Saturday, the campers paddled 2/8 of the planned route down the river. On Sunday, they paddled 2/3 of their route down the river. On which day did the campers paddle farther? Allie? Sunday. The campers paddled farther on Sunday. Alright, you can do numbers 1 to 7. Before you do that, I want everyone to color in 1/6 and 1/4.
On the next page.
Yeah, the share and show on the next page, 361. 1 through 7. Stop at 7. Okay, so you need to color in 1/6 and 1/4. You know what I just realized? Look at that rubric.
No, you don't have to do it on here.
But can you use these for 3s? No. Oh, Jordan's drawing a picture on her whiteboard to help her. I like that. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. Did she give you? No, you don't have to write it. You just have to write in greater than, less than, and equal to. You don't have to draw a picture. I just wanted you to fill in those 2 pictures before we got started. Yeah, you're supposed to fill these in.
I just didn't do it right.
You done now. Alright, but we're not just drawing random pictures. Yes. Raise your hand if you are still working. If you are, that's fine. I just want to know. One to 7. rule here. I'm going to draw a fraction. I'm going to write an N for numerator and a D for denominator. So you can look at it and note, the smaller the denominator, the greater the fraction. The smaller the denominator on the bottom. Alright, let's check 1 to 7 all together. Casey, what do you have for this first one here?
1/4.
Your 1/4 as less or greater? Okay. Color these in. Let's reread our rule. The smaller the denominator, the greater the fraction. Oh, you know what? I colored it. I didn't look at the paper. You can see that I did it. So which one has a smaller denominator?
1/4.
Is 4 or 6 a smaller number?
4.
So the smaller the denominator, the greater the fraction. Which one is greater?
1/6. No, 1/4. 1/4. 1/4. That's a 1. So you got 1/4. 1/4. Where did you get 1/4? What about ABC?
Okay, that does not require commentary though. Raise your hand if you think 1/4 is a greater fraction. Okay, 1/4 is a greater fraction. This is tricky because it's opposite of yesterday. Okay, let's go on to number 2. Jordan, what do you have for number 2? Good. Number 3. Gail. Good. Number 4. Mia. What do you have for number 4? Good. Number 5. Savion. Good. Number 6. Arjun.
2.
What? Good. Number 7. Monte.
8.
Yes. Alright, so let's go back to page 360. And there's one problem on here we did not solve. It says the one we didn't, the one that's blank because we didn't do it.
One down here?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't do it.
You already did for her class party.
No, the bottom half, Devin. You didn't do that part yet.
Okay. We're looking here. We're looking. It says use reasoning, and then it says for her class party, Becky baked 2 cakes that were the same size. After the party, she had 3/4 of the carrot cake and 3/6 of the apple cake left over. Was more carrot cake or more apple cake left over? Read it again on your own. Underline the question. Circle the important information. Okay, after you've underlined the question, and actually, let's talk about that. What did you underline?
Gail.
Gail.
Yeah, go ahead and go.
Monte, what did you underline?
More carrot cake or more apple cake?
Good. What did we circle? Miguel? Look at your paper. Tell me something you circled.
I circled 2 cakes that were the same size.
Thank you. What else got circled, Devin?
3/6 of the apple cake, of the apple cake and left over.
All right. One more thing. Who has it circled? Logan?
She had 3/4 of the cake of the carrot cake.
Good. Thank you. Have we thought ahead to which cake is going to have more left over?
I have a
All right.